on now.
Oh, wait. Okay, I got it on.
Okay, I got it. Okay, now we're ready, guys. We did it. Okay, hello, everybody. We are so excited to be here with the Strindberg Laboratory and our company member, Christopher Simpson. Christopher Simpson's been with us since 2015, and we're so excited to meet him and have a discussion. With Chris and all of our friends and company members, family, and for this after the film. So stick with us and join the discussion in Zoom as well as on the Facebook Live and the YouTube. Okay, and without further ado, let's all watch the film. Hold on. Oops. We pause this. Sorry, 1 second, guys. Share my screen. And let me know if everybody can hear me. Just put your thumbs up when the video comes and I know it's playing. You just turn it up. Okay. All right, come on.
I walked in one day on a sunny afternoon, just casually thinking about how great my life was. And one of my supervisors, Captain, approached me and said, "Hey, I've got a couple I want you to meet." I'm like, "I don't do things like that anymore." And he said, No, this is a couple, and they're looking for some people who want to be in a play. Oh, you know, and I'm thinking about exposure, and I'm thinking about how cute I can be, and I said, "Great, I'm ready to meet them." And then I met them. I almost changed my mind.
Two brothers. They all know, actually, there's more than two.
Well, these two are credited for funding both parties.
So what happened is basically that 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, this thing called Citizens United. Citizens United basically said that, hey, guess what? If you're a corporation, you can put as much money as you want. So they can kind of, you can be enough, yes, I understand. But any group can put as much, well, it's not right.
So, I remember that first production, The Birds. Something that really spoke to my personality. I became a peacock. And then they helped me become a peacock. Walked around with thrills, and, they actually got on my nerves a lot of the time. And that's the thing. I did not understand where they were. I don't think a lot of times they knew where they were going. But anyway, it all worked out in the end, and we did we did a couple of productions in some really, really cheap, good venues. Everything about The Birds, The Birds was political in a sense. It was political in a sense, and I did not come to understand it until, I guess maybe the events were in play in the world, in the news. But it was based on Aristophanes. And it was very, very cultured. Okay, and so I think it gave me the introduction to what that life was all about. Because I started reading plays, I think, after that. And I actually want to do Othello. If you're out there, hello, hi, I want to do Othello. Thank you. That's my for whoever sees this. I think Othello was a Moor. Oh, anyway, I'm digressing again. I know I was asked about how the play was going by wonderful shout out to Michael McIntyre, and he was my chaplain at that time. So he always he always knew that, I was going to be very transparent with him about how things were going, and he encouraged me not to quit because I think that was July. July was summer. I was looking real nice, and I was like, I can't do this in the afternoon. I need to be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But he encouraged me not to quit, and they were just not aware of what was going on. Never will I be found. Take to the sky, I'm flying free. Never again will I look down. No. Take to the sky, and I shall soar. I had a good friend of mine, shout out to Will Bikes, and Michael Zendejas. I had two good friends of mine that came, and I was very happy that people from the mission actually came to the production at the Vortex. They enjoyed the production. A couple of them said they ain't never heard so much cussing in all their life. And I said, well, if you want to hear some more, hit me on a Saturday morning. No, but they enjoyed it. They were, of course, not prepared to receive that kind of artistic, production inside of the confines of a Christian mission. All my brothers and sisters, brothers, middle feather in the air when I say motherfucker. Put my ass in no goddamn zoo. And I'm not Big Bertha. Goddamn happy. City is hell. City is hell. I think that they appreciate what happened because it helped us grow as people. It helped us actually decide what kind of lives we want to live. And we were able to contrast and compare who we are now to who we want to be. Years in, why let my people go? So go down, Moses, down in Egypt, and tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. And then I think I was immediately thrust into a position with a group of young people who I tell you what, I admire them so much. And they are resilient, and they are fighters, and they are winners. And that was with Fact, Family, and Gap. And I just a wonderful group of young people. And we were in another production. Let's see, that was DeRoca's Curious Journey, I think it was. Beautiful, just energetic, singing and dancing, that's right up my alley anyway. So, and it was wonderful. And then I started working with that family. We started doing workshops. But I got to see stages of autism. I got to see different kinds of autism. And I felt very, very fortunate because they trusted me and I had to trust them. And I became a much more sensitive person. Now you can't label. Now you can't label somebody for me because I've already seen, I've already seen for myself what it is. So now you can't label somebody for me and tell me what until I actually have an experience with it. Where was I at? Yes. So Jesus 911, a production which drew really, really big names. I don't want to mention the names, but it drew a lot of names, a lot of excitement. It was, I think it was just very, very, very heavily supported. And of course, we had a lot of skeptics. We had a lot of critics, internal critics. But I think we proved to them that not only are we about music, we're also about a message. And that message is contained inside of the hearts of each individual. It's almost an individual thing when it starts, and it becomes corporate, global, universal in its end. So it's how different people from different walks of life, from different experiences in life, come together. And there be one complete message, something that goes out to the masses that people can't identify with. We're always about identifying because we're all different. And we're all come from different walks of life and have different experiences. There are millionaires that we know. And then there are the paupers and the homeless. We have people who are at the top of their food chain. And then we have people who can't even eat. They don't know anything about a food chain. And with all those many different experiences and collective, when we come together, it's always with one message that we can. We're here, we're not going anywhere, we speak, we have a voice, we make our needs known.
Send me proud in my mind everywhere. But Jesus brought me out, turn my life around. Now I am so free. Oh, now I am so free. 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 So free. Now I am so free.
Then moving on to Jesus 911 or whatever.
It was Holiday Miracles.
Uh-huh.
Or no, Holiday,
Everything's a miracle.
Holiday Skid Row. That was it was Christmas in Skid Row, but we couldn't call it, so it was Christmas in Skid Row Holiday.
Someone who was there, please call us 555 and let us know exactly what it was, because all of us here are getting older and our memories are fading fast.
No, but that's
Jesus, oh, what one child. Jesus. I lived in Greensboro all of my formative years up until I guess maybe I was about 22, 23. And then when I left Greensboro, I went to why did I leave Greensboro? My father passed away. I think one of the things that held me in Greensboro so long is because after Daddy got sick, I felt like I was needed, but I was a really rebellious, I was nothing like them, I'll tell you that much. My parents are very docile. My parents were very docile and very conservative. Okay, I'm from a conservative Baptist family. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't dip, we don't chew, and we don't run with those who do. I just wasn't like that. I drank, I smoked, I dipped, I chewed, a whole bunch of other stuff, and so after my father, passed away, I was not as connected with my mother at the time, what I'm saying? I thought that was my ticket to leave. I wanted to be adventurous. I wanted to go experience some things, outside of Greensboro, and away I went. You know, and it was Greensboro to Atlanta, Atlanta to Florida, Florida to California, and that's how. Why did you move back to Atlanta, Florida? Well, I was in a position. I was bored. And I was stuck, and I was in a rut, and Florida just wasn't going to be it for me. You know, and I didn't want to go to Atlanta because I'd already been there. I certainly wasn't going to go back to Greensboro, you know, because I knew how that was. I wasn't going to stay where I was at, so I decided that I put New York and California rolled on 2 pieces of paper, and I shook it up in a hat, and I pulled out LA, which of course I wanted to be in New York, but I pulled out LA. So I thought to myself, well, this is like maybe February. This is like February 2000, maybe 2000, 2001, somewhere along there. So I said to myself, I'll go to LA. And if I don't like it by September, I will leave, you know. And I remember waking up the morning of 9/11, you know, and I thought to myself, well, I guess I'll stay. You know what I'm saying? Because I was supposed to be in New York at least before the winter, you know, because, you know, so I could find a job and, you know, get housing straightened out. So, yeah, I remember waking up 9/11 and looking at all that, you know, going on in New York. I said, I guess I'll stay. And I think it was about a couple of years later is when, you know, things really went south. Bad relationships, bad investments, bad choices, you know, bad people, no solutions, no kind of, I don't know. There's a couple of crazy things that went on in my life. And fortunately for me, there was a lot of resources, one of which being the Union Rescue Mission. And wonderful people down there. What year was that when you were living there? Started? I'm going to say 2011 through 2014. This world is full of love, pain and woe. I'm gonna build me a wall and be at rest. Sometimes I don't wanna be here no more, and I will build me a wall and be at rest. I'm gonna build me a wall, you know that I'm gonna build me a wall. I'm gonna build me a wall. Build me a wall and be at rest. Comes out of a Southern tradition, Southern Baptist, you know, comes out of the Black experience. You know, we're always looking for rest. People who are downtrodden and people who are, you know, discriminated against, and people who have a lot of particular troubles, you know, fitting in mainstream society, which could be any of us based on ethnicity or, you know, sexual identity or class, you know, or religion. It could be any of us. And you're always looking for the place from the transition from the place of tribulation and toil and sorrow and all that to the place of rest.
Wow. right. Hello, everybody. Let me put it on gallery view.
I got a quick question or a comment, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying about Chris, actually. This goes for Chris. Thank you for saying that autism in your interview. That goes a long way to educate to see they can include people with autism. That's my comment.
Here,
Well,
here.
thank you. No,
Oh,
Thank you, Chris.
you're welcome, Dominic.
Chris, you gotta mute. Hold on. Chris, you're echoing. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's me. That's me.
Oh, is that just? Hey, so everybody, I just put in the chat the link to the Vimeo in case it was hard to hear or see. You can go into the Vimeo, watch the video whenever you like. So feel free to do that. It's in the chat in case you had a hard time hearing or seeing it. With that being said, I just want to open the floor to questions for Chris, things you want to say about your experience watching the video, things you want to just share.
I'm gonna mute myself right now.
Okay. So, does anybody have any questions for Chris? Anything at all?
Or anecdote, yes, Thomas.
Actually, all I wanted to say was that I don't know how to even say this, but I just think it just was lots and lots and lots of fun with the fact that before this worldwide craziness and everything, that I'm just glad that we pretty much got a chance to do fun things like the Roka's Curious Journey and then our other Disney Christmas show we did, and I really miss being able to do stuff like that in person.
And I wanted to add, it brought us back because of course, it's been a few years since we did the show, and Chris, you were such a key player with Thomas when you two were playing off each other. And I just want to say that I think as much as you said you got out of that, I think we got out of you. And it just made it better when we were working together with you, right, Tom?
Exactly.
And it just it was like, sometimes, as you know, some days are like, you just don't want to do it days. And I'd be like, hey, Tom, Chris is going to be there, and so it was really cool to know that as much as you feel like you got out of it, you gave back. And I think one of the things that we like about this group is that it's very inclusive, and Thomas has been included so much. I think it's not just inclusive, it's participatory. He's a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's really different than just being included. We can all sit at the table, but if we get to pass the food to each other and talk with you and we're all at the table, we're participating versus I'm just sitting at the table. Sometimes sitting at the table is the first step. But Chris, I really think that your energy and your direction and things that you gave to Thomas and the other young adults and people that were participating, probably some older adults too, was great, was really awesome. So thank you. So this was really cool to see another part of you.
Yeah, I did not know you had a bit of a darker side of you.
You're darker? I don't know. You're a little edgy there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I feel I got to know you better, Chris, so thank you.
And I just wanted to say about the group. I think in a month or so, we're going to start meeting in person. So again, so probably outside. So that's just, comment there.
Wait, before you start, let me just tell everybody I'm sorry for being late. And it's an honor to be here. back. I hope we hurry up and get to work because I have a lot of stuff I want to bring forward, and hopefully Chris will join with me and present it to you. So it's still top secret, but I'm okay. I'm at home. Thank you for letting me participate. Go ahead.
Thank you, Teardrop. And Teardrop was one of our actors in The Birds with Chris. So thank you. It's not Desiree Anderson, it's Teardrop. So
Louis Sedano.
yes, so
One of the best actors. Put that.
that's right, the man.
That's right.
Anybody else has any questions, comments for Chris?
I'd like to say
Any anecdotes, anything they want to say, or Chris, if you want to say something. Marshall, looks like Marshall's getting ready to speak. I can always tell.
I would like to say something. I would like to say that, Chris has always been a person who has utilized that inner gift. And when he taps into that, he is a source of inspiration, motivation, and encouragement, not only for the people that I've actually been able to witness, see him interact with and participate and to include people, but he's been an inspiration for me to reach higher and to not worry so much about what people think and the mistakes that we often make and that voice in our head that tells us we're not good enough. Chris is the kind of person that says, just do it. And as a result of being around that infectious attitude, that infectious spirit, it has just motivated me to reach higher into what my craft is. As a matter of fact, I would just like to share, Chris, I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm going to turn the camera around. You guys see that? I made the perfect spaghetti watching that video of Chris do his thing. And so, I mean, not only with acting and singing, performing, but I was able to take that same energy and put it into spaghetti. And that's the spaghetti that I've
Chris
made.
Works in mysterious ways. He really does. He works in mysterious ways. He really does.
I just want to say that I'm very happy to know Chris, and I'm looking forward to, in the future, maybe collaborating on some more work with him.
Thank you, Marshall. Marshall is one of our actors and artists. Worked on The Birds with Chris as well.
And probably the next Meet Marshall
video
event.
That's right. Anybody else, Chris, if you want to jump in and say something, you can.
Well, can I jump?
Oh, sorry. Teardrop, I muted you by accident. But Tuye, you had something you wanted to say?
Yes. So first of all, thank you for sharing that video. It's very inspiring. And to Chris, me personally, I don't know Chris much, but however, get to know him on a few Zoom meeting, I can tell that he's very warm and funny, and I like his energy a lot. And so one thing that I want to know is that, like, in that interview, he said when he first decided to either he can try to go to California or New York, something like that. And however, so he decided to go to LA, and he's not sure it's going to be a good decision for him or not. And he if it's not good, then he's going to leave in September, which is kind of related to me right now in my situation. But I already passed that. I just like Chris, I'm still here. And so I want to know what made him want to stay here in LA still after all that stuff that he's been through.
Chris, you're gonna have to take either your mic off, your camera off, because you're echoing on your camera. Mute your camera.
Now, mute your phone.
Yeah, Chris, speak. You turn your camera off, Chris, and we'll be able to hear you. I think you've got to turn off the camera, and then unmute your mic.
What about now?
You're still echoing.
What if I sit back?
No, you're echoing.
Okay.
Well, Chris, why don't you call back in and then and sign out and call right back in? Can you do that? Alex?
Disconnect and then reconnect.
Yeah. Is that okay? Okay. Anybody else wants to say anything? Oh, Chris?
Can I get a
Wait,
can I address all the new students, all the new participants?
Can you hear me without echo?
You're
Oh,
still echoing, Chris.
I got you. I hear you.
And then call back in. Hold on 1 second, Teardrop, because I want to make sure we get everybody. Hold on. Chris?
I think Chris, I think he signed up.
Oh, we did? Okay. All right, so anybody else, and we'll get back to Chris once he comes back in. Oh, you know, he's there.
yes, I'm here.
Just exit the meeting
Okay.
and then call back,
Yeah, leave the meeting and then join you.
okay?
Okay. Let's try. Okay. Let's try.
Okay. All right, but anybody else has something to say while we wait for Chris and his response about the video? Anything else?
Or wanted to know.
I wanted to
Yes,
to
Teardrop.
reiterate on a few things. Well, it's nice to meet all of you guys that I haven't met due to the pandemic. But I've been working on some a few projects that I will probably in the next few weeks present to you guys. And then I like to give a warm welcome to all of you new guys that have given us a chance to make wonders happen in your life too, because we all been blessed by them two that you see right there. And I wanted you guys to just know that. And I appreciate them too for who they are and the work that they do. And I've been following it. I've been part of it for the last, 6-7 years. And I don't plan on going nowhere no time soon. So I hope to meet all of you guys in person real soon. Thank you guys very much for your participation and your cooperation. Thank you.
Thanks, Teardrop. Thanks.
Hello?
Oh, yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. So why don't you answer Tuy's question, and then we're going to get to No Leader. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So, Chris, answer, if you can, answer Tuy's question about why are you still in Los Angeles?
Oh, why am I still in Los Angeles? Well, I don't know really. You know, honestly, to tell you the truth, the primary reason that I am in Los Angeles is because I like the church that I go to. You know what I'm saying? For no better reason. But how I got to Los Angeles, it was I woke up the morning of September 11th, and the Twin Towers had just, you know, the planes had just crashed into them. And you know what I'm saying, I always believe in signs. You know, I believe in direction coming from, you know, from around us. So I felt like it was meant for me to stay in Los Angeles, you know, and I'll always encourage people just to be open. You know, I don't try to push any type of God on anybody. I guess, you know, you'll get what you get when you want it. But always be open to signs and direction coming from, you know, from around you, you know, coming from on the inside of you. You know, just always be open to that direction. I plan on staying in Los Angeles, but my goal now is to work bi-coastally. My mother is getting older, so I want to be on the East Coast a lot. So I may just be in New York yet. Shout out to all the people from Portland, Maine, who have joined us.
And I think No Leader, hopefully I'm pronouncing correct, you had your hand up, and I think Crystal or somebody else had their hand up too.
Yes.
Yes, hi.
Hey, cousins.
Yes, hi, my name is Nolita, and I'm calling from North Carolina. And I just wanted to say that I am so glad that Chris forwarded this link to me. It's great hearing from everyone knowing how great Chris is, but I grew up with him, and it makes my heart glad to know that everyone sees the greatness that I've seen in him all my life. My husband and I had an opportunity to visit him in LA. And I just wanted to say, we love you, Chris.
I love you too.
I see some more cousins on the line, so it's past my bedtime, but I'm glad that I had the opportunity to hear and to share with you tonight.
Oh, thank Chris, who else had their hand up? Was it Crystal? Anthony? Who else? Because somebody else had their hand up. Oh, Kamia. Yeah, hi, Kamia. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Hello. This is Kamia.
Hey, Kamia.
Hey, cousin. I love you.
I love you.
Calling from Greensboro, North Carolina. I am somewhat of like a surrogate cousin to Chris, but my family grew up with his family, and he has always been the same. Chris has a heart of gold. He is very compassionate and very loving, and he has never changed. Anytime I see Chris, I am always so excited because I know who he is and what he stands for and represents. And so it's just beautiful to be able to see other people, as his other cousin stated, to just acknowledge his greatness, because we've known it all along. And we absolutely love you, Chris. And we just wish that you continue to do whatever it is that your heart desires.
You know I'm back here crying. I love y'all. What, Chris?
We love you. We love you. Yes, absolutely. I am so very proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you, Camille. Anybody else have something to say to Chris, an anecdote about creating, one of the big themes, obviously, that Chris has done is create theater and music and art. So if anybody wants to share their experience, maybe they don't know Chris, but has an experience in that, you can. Whatever you're feeling or thinking as far as the video goes, just raise your hand on the screen, or
have an idea for event that you would like to share here.
So anybody else have something to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey,
Okay. No, I just wanted to say I remember Chris from the play that we actually did, the Free Your Mind play. He came in and I think he was just helping, doing some directing and stuff like that. And I just really enjoyed his energy. I think like Marshall had said, we didn't really interact personally too much, but I did see him and I do remember him. You cannot forget him for sure. He's definitely an entertainer. And, and I just see him like acting is that thing. Like it's just naturally him. So that's all I wanted to say. And I just really enjoyed the interview and his transparency.
Thank you so much, baby.
And
you're welcome.
Anybody else have something to say? Dominic, and then Chris is going to be finishing off with a song.
I like the intro to Dorothy's Curious Journey, which is more appropriate, when he would talk about Trump and all was improv. And with the newspaper, I think.
Oh, right, your newspaper, Chris.
Yeah, do you remember that?
I do.
That was really straight on point, I think. And it was so much fun.
Dominique, I always enjoy working. I always enjoy working with you and your beautiful sister and your beautiful mother. Where you at, Miss Elizabeth?
I'm here, Chris. You know I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, and thank you, Miss Bernadette. You know I love you too.
So, Chris, why don't you end us with a song while we.
Where is my aunt? Where's my Aunt Jody?
Jody's there.
Where's my Aunt Jody?
I'm right here.
Hey, baby.
Hi, honey. I've been your number one from way back.
I love you, but like I said, I'm a product of my family, and any one of them could tell you that we participated, whether we wanted to or not. You know, we basically all went to the same church. We all sat in some of the same pews. We all had fun together. I have a family full of cousins. Full of cousins. My maternal and paternal side, and it's just because of them that whatever I have on the inside of me came from all of what was on the inside of them. And when you get full, it spills over, and that's how we share with one another. I get the overage from everybody, and so now it's time for us to tap in, and our overage comes out. And I think that's what helps bless the world. All the rotten stuff and the mean stuff, it gets swept up and thrown in the garbage. And all the good stuff, like, Miss Bernadette was saying, that's what we sit down at the table, and that's how we eat. So thank you so much for my family. I know it's past your bedtime. Y'all go to bed now. They're from the East Coast.
Song. You got to end it with the song.
And Jody probably looking at the clock now.
What? Will you sing something just at the end so we can cap the event? Whatever you want.
Okay. All right. There's always tomorrow for dreams to come true. The answer is not far away. There is always tomorrow for dreams to come true. The answer is not far away. We all pretend that the rainbow has an end, and you will find it someday. I pray there's always tomorrow for your dreams to come true. The answer is not far away.
Amen. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I love each and every last one of you. And like my Aunt Cleo,
pure awesome.
Like my Aunt Cleo would say, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Everybody, you can restream it, share it to your friends, celebrate Chris. We'll be back with another edition of this live event Wednesdays coming up in about 2 to 3 weeks. So join us then, and wishing you all a very, very good night. Thank you all.
Bye. Good night.
Love you, Chris.
It's time to eat.
Love
you. Bye, Crystal. Bye, Lolita. Bye,
you too.
Bye, Dominique. Bye.